They came out with their ranking and they rated LeBron around 7 or 8. Let's look at the data. Okay, as you can see, they have Giannis, Kevin Durant, Nikola Jokic, and Stephen Curry as their top tier players. So basically, they're ranking from 1 through 4. So these are the top 4 players that they believe are in the league. Go down to their second tier, which is 1B. You got Joel Embiid and you got Luka Doncic. Then as you head over to the third tier, you get 1C, and that's Kawhi Leonard and LeBron James. So basically, we all know how great Kawhi Leonard is, and he was hurt all last year. And most people would still have him in the top 10, but to have him on the same level as LeBron, I don't know. This is LeBron's 20th year. He showed in year 19 he was still one of the best to ever play the game. But let's look at the numbers to see how accurate this data is. When you go to points per game, you can see that last year LeBron was second in points per game. When you got Joel Embiid as number 1, then you have LeBron as number 2. So a few percentage points from being the leader in score. LeBron set out the last 8 games, so he could have led the league in scoring. But why would you play just to lead the league in scoring? He doesn't play for stats. Then you have Giannis, Kevin Durant, Luka, Jokic, Stephen Curry, but Kawhi Leonard didn't play, so his stats are not included. So as you see, Steph Curry is in the top tier. Jokic is in the top tier, and both of them are 6 and 7 points per game. Points per game are not everything, but as we can see, LeBron is second on this graph. Now we go to the plus or minus, box plus or minus. So everyone knows plus or minus is when you're in the game. You have LeBron as number 5, ahead of Kevin Durant and Steph Curry, who both was on the top tier. So, that says something right there. His team didn't do well. And as you see, when he's on the court, they actually have a positive plus or minus. Then you go to PER. You have LeBron as number 4 in PER, ahead of Kevin Durant and Steph Curry again, who are on that top tier. Then you got Luka, who was also ahead of him as well. As you can see, his PR is still really high. The all-time leader is Jordan, and his PR is about 28. And you see how well LeBron did in year 19. Okay, now we're going to go to game score. So for anyone who do not know what game score is, game score takes all of the information in the box score and you get this number. And with the finals MVP, everyone who has the highest game score has the finals MVP, but 3 instances in NBA history. First instance was when James Worthy had a lower game score than Magic Johnson, and James Worthy won finals MVP. James Worthy had that amazing 36 triple point double in game 7. The other instance was in 2008 when the NBA finals versus the Celtics and the Lakers. Ray Allen had a higher game score than Paul Pierce. Paul Pierce got finals MVP, and the other times when Andre Iguodala had a lower game score than Steph Curry, but Andre Iguodala got finals MVP. But game score shows who played the best in that game, in that series. So the game score for here, who played the best in the season, is going to go to Nikola Jokic, who won MVP. Giannis was second. Joel Embiid was third. So as you can see, it falls in order. LeBron was fourth in the league. So that tells you something right there. I'm not sure why Joel Embiid was on the second tier. He should have definitely been on the first tier. But LeBron and Joel Embiid was just as high, and Curry and Durant were on the lower tier with Luka Doncic. Now we go over value over replacement. So value over replacement is one of the stats that shows your impact on the court. Um, if everyone is equal on your team, it shows what positivity you have on that game. So if you have a game, you have a value over replacement of 10, that means when you're on the court with your teammates, you're making a 10-point difference every time you're on the court. So Nikola Jokic has led this the last 2 years, and he has got Finals MVP the last 2 years, because this shows how valuable you are. So usually when you're leading in a value of replacement, you are the MVP of the league. And as we can see, we go in order. Jokic MVP, Giannis finished second in voting, and Joel Embiid finished third. LeBron was fifth. So that shows you how valuable LeBron was, even though his team was not that great. There's no one else in the league who has who are in this top 10 of the league who has a losing record but LeBron, because LeBron is going to be so valuable on your team. He just didn't have a great team this year. So as we can see, LeBron has finished either um, between second, fourth, and fifth of everything and all of the important stats, all of the advanced stats that shows how advanced someone is. It shows your productivity on the court. Even the points per game, he finished second. He 38-6. He's the second player to ever have that stat line, and that was Michael Jordan in his prime when he averaged, I believe, 32, 8, and 8, and LeBron year 19, 38-6, which is pretty amazing. As we see for LeBron, do he deserve to be seventh or eighth best player in the league? Even though he's in year 20, we saw him in the Drew League. The dude was incredible. So the judgment is going to be what he does this season in the first place. So can he prevail the Lakers back up to relevance? Can he contend for a title again? Is he going to continue to lead his team like he's been doing the last 19 years? Hey, we don't know. The man has been doing things that no one has ever done before in the game.